Here we have an example of the Hewlett-Packard Pavilion G7 notebook computer, and as you can see, this particular system had something very horrible happen to the screen, so it doesn't work anymore at all, except for the one corner over there. Anyway, I am going to show you how to replace the screen with a new one that I got off of a nice website on the internet. Really pretty simple, but just walk you through it and show some basic steps for you. To do this, you will need a couple of things. Primary among them being a Phillips screwdriver. Get a small one that will fit the smaller screws and into smaller spaces, but pretty much any one will work. You will also need a prying tool of some sort. A guitar pick works great for that. They don't damage, scratch up the case of your computer, and they're great for pulling things apart. Also, something like a pocket knife, example being this one, to pull some of the covers off of the screws. And then also, of course, you will need your replacement screen, which looks like this. First step is to take your pocket knife. Now, actually, first step before you do anything is to remove the battery from your computer. This may not necessarily be critical, but it's good to be careful. So, step 1, remove your battery. Step 2 is to remove the 2 screws that hold the plastic bezel cover onto the computer. These are behind little sticker covers next to the hinges, so just use your pocket knife to peel those back. There's one right under the name of the computer where it says Pavilion G7. You go ahead and use your screwdriver to take out that screw. It's a small Phillips screw. If I can get it out. Anyway, unscrew that. And same deal on the other side, it's just on the other side of the hinge, right past the power button. Alright. Those screws come out. And then your next step is basically just to pry the plastic cover off. It's attached with clips all around the edges. Basically just work your guitar pick in wherever it fits first and go around the edge. It should just pop out quite easily. Careful not to exert too much force and snap it, but I have not had any issue with that on this particular computer. Easiest way to get the bottom edge of it is actually to close the lid and run your prying device along the back. Like so. After that, go ahead and remove the cover. Just pops right off. Go ahead and set that aside. Now you see the screen inside of the actual mounting here. Now this has a total of 6 screws on it. We've got 2 on the tops, here and here. And then there's 4 along the inside edges, 2 on each side. First step here is to unscrew 2 on the top because it makes the others a lot easier to get to. Go ahead and take those 2 out. now you can see the back kind of falls away and you can reach the other two on the edge. Now you should be able to see those here. There's one here, and there's also one right down here. Same exact way on the other side. Just go ahead and unscrew those, set them aside, be careful not to lose them, because otherwise you will lose them, and that is bad. Go ahead and take those out real quick. And your screen is essentially free from the computer now. You can basically just pull it forward, lay it down on the keyboard. This is the broken one, so we're really not too concerned. But on the back, you can now see your cable that connects the screen to the computer. That's attached with tape to the back of the screen. Basically just have to pry that up. Be careful not to rip anything as you go, but it should come up pretty easily. And after that you pull it back towards the screen of the computer and it just pops right out. So there you go. This is your old screen. It's broken, it's shattered, and you probably don't want to see it again. So throw it somewhere, don't look at it. Next step is to take your new screen, and for this I would recommend actually getting a cloth of some sort to lay on the computer and protect that screen. It's up to you what you use, but got something like that, works great. Now if you have a protective covering on your new screen, got this one from the laptopscreen.com website. Great place. They shipped it to me really fast, actually. So here you have the new one. Go ahead and turn that over and orient it the same way as the other one. You want the do not touch area along the back. You should see your connection right there for the cable. For connecting this, it's pretty much just the opposite of removal. So just go ahead and plug that in, make sure it's making connection, and go ahead and stick that back down so it doesn't come loose again. After that, it's pretty much just a question of setting everything back in here and reattaching the screws that you removed in the correct order. Alright, there you have it. New screen is installed in the computer. And if you did everything right, it should come on, be magically fixed, working, and definitely not shattered. There you go. If you have any questions on this, just leave it in the comments. I will do my best to respond as soon as possible. And again, this is the Hewlett-Packard Pavilion G7 notebook.